2022 was an absolutely crazy year for real estate. We started off the year in January with extremely low inventory, with sales hitting all-time highs, at least in my market, and prices going astronomical. We saw these prices increase month over month by astronomical numbers. Going into February and March, it got absolutely crazy. And then April, May, June for most markets was crazy as well before the market started to turn due to interest rates starting to go up. And that's when things really slowed down. I don't know about you guys, but here in my market, sales are down 50% from where they should be based on this time of year. So it's pretty crazy to see how that change has happened. However, 2022 for me was still my best year ever. And in fact, I actually plan on 2023 still being better than this year of 2022. So if you want to go out there and crush 2023, I'm going to give you a couple of things that you can work on to start making progress in your business. Now, whether you're a brand new realtor or you've been in the business for a minute, maybe you're closing 5 deals, 10 deals, 20 deals a year, but you want to take it to that next level. If you implement some of the things we're going to talk about here in this video, you're going to be able to do that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. As we do that, my name is Cody Steck. I'm the YouTube realtor. I've used YouTube in my own real estate business over the past 3 years and helped hundreds of people move to my area and produced over $1 million in gross commission income in just the past 3 years from YouTube leads alone. That's not even my other business that I've been working, right? So YouTube definitely does work. It is a big driver to my own real estate business. And I think it's actually something that should be in your business as well. This is actually the first thing I want to talk about. If you're not yet on YouTube, you absolutely need to be. If you're not creating video, you absolutely need to be. There's a lot of different ways to go out there and crush it with video. I know people who are crushing it on TikTok. I know people who are crushing it on YouTube, myself included. I know people who are using Facebook and Instagram to crush it. There's a ton of different ways you can go out there and make video. I think honestly, YouTube is probably one of the best places because it gives you the opportunity to produce long form content for people who are actually looking at content for real estate in your particular area. It doesn't even have to be real estate. In fact, it could just be talking about your area, right? Here's what's going on with this development. Here's what's going on over in this part of town. Here's what's going on with the local politics or whatever, right? You have to be kind of careful because you might end up choosing sides, which I generally don't recommend as a realtor, but some people will do that and they're okay with it. So you can just talk about anything, right? Start building a following. That's the whole point of going out there and producing videos, is to start building a following to get people to watch your content. If people know who you are, they have a much higher likelihood of doing business with you. I don't think it needs to be said, if people don't know who you are, they're not going to do business with you. So make sure that people know who you are, make sure to stay consistent with it and get out there and start making videos. In addition to that, if you're going out there and making videos, or whether you're just trying to grow your own real estate business, start implementing the help of other people. If you're in the business and you're closing 5, 10, 15 deals, it's time to start adding leverage to your business, right? Hire a virtual assistant, even if it's just for a couple hours a week or a couple hours per day, maybe even full time because it's so cheap. Hire a virtual assistant to start helping you with things. Maybe it's paperwork, maybe it's transaction coordination, who knows what it could be, but make sure to start getting some help. Once you get to the level where you're closing 20, 30, 40 plus deals a year, then you can actually hire an in-person assistant to help you with a lot of these things so you can stay focused on what actually produces new business, right? That might be creating videos, it might be making cold calls, it might be doing open houses. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but you need to stay focused on what brings the business in, not necessarily working that business. I think a lot of realtors make the mistake of, getting caught up in the business, working with these clients thinking, hey, these people are working with me because it's me. And that's not exactly true. They're working with you because of the dream outcome that they believe you can provide for them, right? They might like you, they might like working with you, but ultimately the thing that they're really attached to is getting the outcome that they want, which is either buying a home or selling a home. And that ultimately leads to their decision to say that, hey, you are the person they want to work with, right? So don't get caught up in that. Make sure to implement other people in your business and you're going to be able to crush 2023 more than you did in 2022. And that kind of leads me into my next point that I actually just thought of. I want to talk about showing agents. This is something I've been using for a while now. If there's any showings that are outside of my normal, 30, maybe 40 minute driving range, I'm going to use a showing agent because it's going to be a much better use of my time. There's houses that are an hour, maybe an hour and a half away from me that I'm not going to show. Even if it's one of my best favorite clients, I'm just not going to show it because it's not a good use of my time anymore. Implement these showing agents. You can get them for anywhere from $30, $40, $50 per showing, per house. And it's a cost that's well worth it, right? Most people are going to look at, especially in this market, only a couple homes. So even if you have to pay them $200, $300, $500 to show the client some homes, that's going to be a better use of your time. In fact, I plan to start implementing this on a much greater scale. As soon as my assistant gets licensed, we're going to be implementing him doing a lot more of the showings instead of me personally doing it. This is going to allow me to maximize my time. It's going to give me freedom of location, and it's also going to save me a lot of time because I'm not having to drive to these showings, drive back to the office, spend the time at the showing, right? Even just to show one house, even if it's close, it's probably going to take you at least an hour by the time you set it up, drive there, do the showing, and drive back. So at the very minimum, it's an hour out of your day by not using a showing agent. And this is something that I think everybody should be using, especially if you're closing, more than 10 deals per year. It's going to be something that's very beneficial for you. You have to frame it in a way that people are still going to know that, hey, I'm working with Cody. I'm just having somebody else open the house. That's a video for another day, but there are ways to do this successfully, and there are ways to continue to build a business and gain that trust of those people you're working with, even if you're not the one showing them the house. And that leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about here, and that is being consistent and just putting in the work. Honestly, guys, I'm filming this here on the day, it's December 30th of 2022. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. This weekend is New Year's Day. And then we've got observance on Monday. I'm still here working, late into the night on Friday. We're going to be working on Monday. This is just the stuff that you have to do in order to find success in your business and in life, right? Now, I'm not saying, hey, don't take time off, don't enjoy the weekends, don't enjoy the holidays or anything like that. I'm just saying, honestly, sometimes there's going to be cycles and periods of your life where you have to work. You have to put in the time making videos or making content or making the cold calls or doing the open houses. And there's going to be other times where you can take off, a little bit of time and relax a little bit. Ultimately, it comes down to just putting in the work, being consistent with it, and continuing to stay motivated and show up every single day. If you start showing up every single day, you start doing the things that are necessary, you're going to eventually start getting business and building your business to where you're doing 10 deals and then you're doing 15 and then you're doing 20. Maybe you can get up to 40 or 50 deals, which as a solo agent is going to make you a very good income, and you're going to be really, really happy, right? So that's something I definitely recommend doing. Now, as we talk about that, if you want to learn more about how to do this in your own business, make sure to check out some of those links in the description box below. You can get in contact with me personally where I can talk to you about, the pros and cons of using YouTube, how to grow your own real estate business, or even if it makes sense for you to join us over here at Real Broker, where we can actually give you one-on-one direct help with your YouTube channel. I'll actually help you grow your own channel and start getting leads from it within, 3, maybe 6 months, right? I'd say 6 months guaranteed, but maybe even in 2 or 3 months, you should start getting leads from your YouTube channel with my help. So make sure to check out those links in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And with that being said, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.